Welcome to Quirky Queen's Journals. My name's Kirsten. So I've been doing some ink resists and some glazing, which I'll talk about. So this is oil pastel with the Indian ink. I'm using, well, I was using calligraphy ink, but I ran out. Now I'm using Winsor & Newton ink. It's drawing ink, it has shellac in it. But when I was reading the ingredients of some Indian inks, they have shellac, so I'm hopeful this will work the same way. This one here, I had put down matte medium on the gel plate, picked it up on the paper, let it dry. Then I've used, this is my secret ingredient that I'm over the moon about, kids poster paint. Poster paint is comparable to tempera paint. Egg tempera paint is what they used to use before they used oil paint way back in history. Obviously this isn't the same, but I think behaviour wise it's got similarities. So I got 4 of these for £3.75. I'm over the moon. Anyway, I put that down in the gel plate and then lifted it through my diamond stencil that I made, and then I've put the ink on top of it, and then I've done some glazing and I've put a bit of gold paint over it as well. And this one is just wonderful. So that's that poster paint. I've put it on through my kind of, I don't know what, I think they're kind of like sort of tribal type. I just made them. And then I've went over with the ink, but then I've done glazing and I've also added in some quink ink to the glazing with like the acrylic inks and the acrylic paints, etc. But look at the clarity. See every brush mark, every bit of where it's thicker and where it's thinner shows up, and I just love it. So I did try this with watercolour paper. I think it's too absorbent. It didn't work. I'm using this because that's what they were used with. Premium card from Hobbycraft. It's very smooth. Let's get started. I've got some of this on the gel plate. This is a high flow acrylic, fluid acrylic, but it's quite gel-like. Anyway, I'm going to leave that on there. And then I'm going to put down some of this on top. Now I'm also going to use a brush with it because I find that you want different levels of thickness. You want the brush marks. You want that variety. If we just use the brayer on this, it's too consistent. You know, it would be level, it wouldn't have brush marks. And so it's harder when the glazing goes on. It doesn't, you don't get the same impact, the same level of detail. I'm also going to do a gel plate video just using this paint because I absolutely love it. The only thing that annoys me, it takes slightly longer to dry than acrylic paint, although when it's a thin layer it doesn't take too much longer. And usually with the brayers I just peel off the acrylic paint, as in when it builds up I just pull it off in a big one pull kind of the paint. But this you need to wash it off, it doesn't peel off. I'm going to put a bit more out because I really want it to be quite, you need a good application. Do you know what, I might even add a bit of, we could press down on this with it, couldn't we? Not too much. There's a bit that we could just, I don't think the Indian ink will react the same over acrylic paint. I think that's why you have to use the kids poster paint, or if you're rich, the tempera paint. I think we should use this guy. I think we should use this. Okay. Right, card down. So this paint has a sort of way of keeping luminosity, I think. I'm just going to leave it down longer and pick up as much as I can. I think we're sticking now, so... Oh, but we're getting some of that gold. No, we're going to leave it and get some of that gold in. Worried it rips. I actually don't know about too much about the behaviour of this in the gel plate. I just know I can roll it out and I can pick it back up, but I don't know about layering. I don't know how it is on top of acrylic paint, under acrylic paint. Do you know what I mean? Are we going to get some of that gold up? I don't want it to stick though. I think we will. I know the acrylic paint lifts it off the gel plate. I don't want to push it. Have we got? I think we have got some of the squares. Very nice. I hope that's wet enough to lift. You can actually see the squares as it's drying, the imprint. I think if I left that much longer, it would stick. We'll put the ink on this one as well, but there is a lot of space. Do you know what? We'll put the ink in this one as well, but I'm going to put the diamond stencil down. Right. Right, we'll give these an opportunity to dry properly. I reckon 10 minutes and they will be dry. Right, we're trying it with the ink. Wish me luck. I've not used this ink with it, so I'm hopeful. So we're covering the whole thing with the ink, which feels bizarre. But then we're going to rinse it off with water. And the kids' poster paint should resist the ink. I think if you'd done a freehand drawing with the paint, you'd maybe want to brush the ink on a bit softer. Gosh, these will be dry in 5 minutes. That one's nearly dry already. That one's still a bit wet in areas. It's been about 10-15 minutes maybe. It's just slightly there. I'm going to rinse this one off. I'm going to be brave and just go for it. So literally rinse it under the tap, help work the ink off with my fingers, and it'll take about 30 seconds. Gosh, my towel's a state. You need a sort of towel that you use for painting for this. You can see I've been busy with it. Because I'm going to blot it when I come back. This is not a printer paper project. I mean, that 180 GSM card, it does hold up well. I've not had any tears yet. So I don't want to rub at it, see like I did there, because all I'm going to do is move the paint, and we want, see the way the paint, like some of those squares have shown up, and some, like the wee dendrites, you know, when it's pulled between the paper and the gel plate. So we don't want to lose that. Excellent, I'm very happy with that one. Right, I'm going to do this one now. This one is way more interesting. It's almost like an X-ray, the effect. Gosh, they look fabulous as they are, don't they? We're adding to them though. I just love them. Phthalo blue acrylic ink and quinacridone magenta and a little bit of this quink ink. You don't need to put this in, I just like it. It's kind of like, it's a bit like a distress ink, I think, insofar as it kind of reacts with the water. So what I like to do is get some tissue paper. Don't press too hard, you don't want to rip your paper. I just like to take some of the excess off. So there we are. I would say these are not as good as the original ones that I made. This is still the superior one, but that's the process so far as I understand it, and I'm sure that there's lots of little details and parts of the process that I still need to polish up on. And I love the poster paints. The kids paint is just, and I'm actually looking forward to just gel painting with that. But anyway, this is us. So, like I say, my knowledge is still to be, you know, to become more, there's more stuff I need to be aware of. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.